1 second.
Am I supposed to talk first or Hardy?
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. So, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions, and you guys just kind of do with it what you want to, right? And there's no right or wrong way. You can't mess it up.
Get ready for one hell of a surprise.
Right. So here we go. So the question is, and Grandpa, actually, if I can have Grandma answer first on this one.
Go ahead.
Right?
We both are going to be short of memory first and second.
I can't wait to hear this. So the question was, what was it like when you were in 2nd or 3rd grade in school? What was it like?
When I was in the 2nd and the 3rd grade, I had to walk about 4 miles to school.
Uh-huh.
We had a little one. There were 9 in my class. We started in the 1st grade, and 9 in our class. By the time I got to the 3rd grade, there were 5 of us in, because some of them had to take their classes over. But everybody had a cup, because we had outside where it was where you had to pump up your own water for your drink. We had these cups, and we all, in the entranceway, was all enclosed because of the cold weather, and there were benches all the way around. There were only about 29 of us in the whole school. One teacher was teaching all the 7th and 8th graders too. And they had, the teacher usually lived closer by, and they had to walk about half a block or so and they would be there early and get the stove. They'd put the coal in the stove and have it warmer in there. And we had outside privies, one for the women, girls, and one for the boys, and they had a protection in front of them, and we were not close together so that the boys wouldn't want to be going and trying to peek around or anything. And we had Jew holders. We did not have toilet paper. We used the catalogs.
Uh-huh.
Now, is that enough for showing?
No, hey, okay, that's amazing. Okay, and Grandpa, right? And I'm going to ask you more.
Well, I'm going to tell you something you don't know. When I was in 1st and 2nd grade, you took your dog to school. So the dog, their rear ends always smelled, so the teacher made them hang their rear ends out in the hallway. And these dogs hung their rear ends on a nail, and they had a fire drill one day, and the dogs all ran out, and they grabbed the wrong rear end. That's why they go around smelling one another's rear ends now, to see who's got their rear end. And one comment one time said to the other guy, said, they've got something new on the market. Said they got breathalyzers for dogs. The guy said, hell, he don't know which end of the dog is which. They don't go around smelling the breath.
Oh my goodness.
Basically, same thing as Grandma. You had through the 8th grade, and one of the things that I contribute my math skill to, I would sit and listen to the teacher when she was teaching 7th and 8th grade
You could do that,
math and all that. So I absorbed that too instead of thinking and all. But basically the same thing. You had outdoor privies, pumped your water, but pumps and so forth. I first had lockers in the school the year I was a freshman. But basically the same as Grandma. When we went to, they taught from little country schools, and they taught from 1 through 8th grade. And, the same teacher taught everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't want to foul up, you sat and you listened to what she was teaching in 5th grade, and I did. So I contributed. I've always been good at math. And I listened and learned it when it was way ahead of me.
We all took our lunch to school too, everybody. But you always got your drink of water from your pump.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had recess, you went out and played for about 15, 20 minutes. And you come back in and start studying. If you weren't the one out for the teacher working with you, you still just, you try to study yours, but you'd also hear things from advanced ages.
Mhm.
So what kind of what did you? Oh, sorry, Grandma. What did you guys study?
Oh, math and spelling and all.
I learned to write. You also had penmanship, and you had your books that you had, and then you also had little words you had to learn to spell. You know, just like all the others.
In about the 5th grade or so, we had math contests. So you go up to the blackboard, and the teacher would give you like 3,240 plus 1,690 plus 6 or 8 columns down. And the one that got the right answer first, you had to sit down, and then you challenged me now. But I literally learned the first column as I'd go down. I had this one added in my head. 3,498, 2,904, that's 12, as you went down. So I never did get beat. And I never told anybody how the hell I was doing it either, because you'd add them as you went down in your head. So I had the first column already added. So then I was one column ahead of them. And I never did tell any of my buddies why I got so good at
We
math.
had Christmas programs, and of course there was always little costumes that, the mothers made for the kids, and we had singing and all that. And once in a while there would be, I never liked these box suppers where, everybody was to take a box supper, and then they'd have an auctioneer and whoever, like if somebody wanted a certain box, of somebody's, then all these other boys had bid against and make them pay more for it. And I'll never forget, the one time somebody got mine, I didn't like him, and I like to never ever sit down with him because I didn't want to have to eat with him.
I didn't like your darn food either.
Right. So, right?
Yep. Okay.
So, everyone say hi to Kathy Kelly.
Kathy Kelly?
Kathy Kelly,
Hi,
just like you.
Kathy.
Hello, Kathy.
Ah, Kathy.
Kathy
Nice
Kelly.
I hope you
you got a
enjoyed
cousin
this
with that name.
story.
I got a cousin by the name of Kathy
Kathy
Kelly.
Kelly. That's her brother's daughter's name.
What?
Yeah, Kathy.
That's
I thought maybe you might know her.
Kaylee.
Kathy Kelly.
Kathy
Lloyd
Kelly.
Kelly's daughter was Kathy Kelly.